What's up, everybody? Kimberly Flowers here, the visual branding expert. Thank you for watching another episode of Beauty and the Brand. I'm super excited that you're here today, and I hope that you're in your favorite chair. I hope that you have your coffee. I hope that you are ready for today's conversation, because today's conversation is going to be very awesome. We're going to be talking about the value of telling your brand story. So as an entrepreneur, a lot of times we get so caught up in the what that we're doing that we forget to tell people who we are and why we're on the journey that we're on, why we do what it is that we do, right? And so that is a huge component of building a loyal following, is really telling people who we are and why we do what we do. People want to hear your story. People want to know more than what you do. They want to know why you do what you do. So that's why, some of the most popular brands are so popular, like Apple and Facebook. We know their story, right? We love their story. And so people buy from them and utilize them continually. The reason why you want to tell people in a story format who you are and what you do is because stories do three things very, very well. And the first of those things is that stories educate. If you've ever watched, a movie based on a true story like Selma or something like that, you understand this point very well. Although, it is in story format and it's a movie essentially, but you learn so much about what was happening during that time and, the different places that things were happening, and even, about the character themselves, the main character themselves. You're learning a lot about that person. And so the more you know about a person, the more emotionally connected you become to that person. And that's what branding is really all about. It's about building emotional connections with the people that we want to serve, right? And so you telling stories that educate are a great way to start building that kind of emotional kind of connection. So they educate, but they also fascinate. And fascinate literally means to be irresistibly drawn to, right? And when you think about being fascinated, your eyes are wide, you're intently listening. And when a person is fascinated, you have a lot more time to communicate your message, right? Because when a person is fascinated, time kind of stands still. I have a cousin who is probably the most fascinating person I know. And I went out with him. I had a chance to hang out with him a few weeks ago. And when we did, we went out to eat at IHOP, and we stayed there for literally 7 hours. And my cousin is one of the best storytellers I've ever met. So he's telling me story after story after story about his life and about the things that he's accomplished in his life, and things, even like some of his struggles and things that he's struggled with, and, just all kinds of things. We learned so much about each other. But during that time, I recognized myself to literally feeling fascinated by, the content that was coming out of his mouth, right? And so that's one thing that stories do very well. So when you're able to incorporate a story, you're educating them, and then you're fascinating them, so you have more time to tell the story, right? And then the third thing that stories do very, very well is that stories resonate with people. When you tell a great story, people feel like, oh man, I can in some way relate to that, right? And if they can relate to that, then you've built a common bond. You've built something that makes that person feel like, this person feels me. Like they understand me. They're speaking my language, right? That's what happens when people resonate with you. And when you have the combination of all these three things, a person feels educated about you. They know who you are. They know where you came from, right? They understand your struggles and things that, maybe were obstacles in your life. And then you put it together in this whole fascinating type story that you can have their attention for hours and hours and hours because they're fascinated by you, right? And then the story needs to be able to resonate with that person as well. So you tell a great story that resonates with people and that educates them in a fascinating way, and you, my friend, will always have a loyal following. So that is how we turn strangers into, followers and friends. And then that's how we also turn potential clients into paying customers. Telling your brand story is of value, but it's also of monetary value. And I want to show you how you can start making money by telling your brand story. So I'm actually going to be doing a workshop about that. And it's a free workshop. You guys can join me and experience me live. If you've never experienced me live, this would be the great opportunity for you to come out and experience me live. Ask me some questions. I'll ask you some questions, and I'll be telling my story and hearing some of yours. And then I'm going to be delivering to you the 4 ingredients that are necessary for you to start building a powerful, magnetic and profitable brand story that really resonates with people, that educates people, that fascinates people, and that helps you to build a loyal following of return and repeat customers, right? Because that's so important in your business is having those repeat customers and that loyal following that is always there to, anytime you come out with something, those people are the ones that are liking your stuff. Those people are the ones that are, buying from you. So building a loyal following is of monetary value to you. And I want to add value to you to show you exactly how that works. So if you're interested in that workshop, the information will be listed in the description. And so you can just click the link and find out more about how you can experience me live in that workshop. That's all I have for you today. I hope that you found this helpful. And if you have, please like, share, and subscribe. You've heard from me. Now I want to hear from you. What are some other reasons that you can think of to tell your brand story? I'm Kimberly Flowers, and you've been watching Beauty and the Brand.